Dire team
I feel like that
back.
comfort is not something that we're seeing.
It's looking like a heartbeat. Every once in a while, things will go up, and I'll be like, oh, nice, they're finally finding their footing. Goes back down again. Goes back up, they find an opening, they find two heroes that are working for them, goes back down. K1 Hector suddenly does not look like the unstoppable beast that he usually is. So I could see it going both ways, but if I had to pick a favorite, it's going to be Nigma, seeing as how they are competing for just one game to make it to upper bracket, joining LGD, who have also been setting the meta. LGD and Nigma are kind of taking same foundations, but LGD's putting their own spin on it.
Well, it's funny because they played each other so early in the group stage that probably has something to do with it. Yeah, so you get to learn from the team who's setting the meta. All of a sudden, the schedule just gave you advantage. I mean, there's nothing you can really do about it. It's just sort of luck-based, but luck's a huge part of competition.
Oh, it always is, and there's just that intersection, right? It's the opportunities that you're given and what you actually do with them. And speaking of what they're going to do with them, we're getting a peek into how this first game is going to look. How do you feel about this opening in the draft, Mira?
5 seconds
This looks pretty standard for Nigma so far. We're going to get Kuro on the Eng and Mind Control probably on the Mars. They've performed so well throughout this major on Mars. It's kind of a surprise that teams are still letting it go through.
Yeah, I think this Mars hero has looked strong, but there's so many things to ban against this Nigma team. I mean, they're like the only team in the tournament who just makes this Wisp look unstoppable. They'll buy 2 Holy Lockouts, they'll heal to carry up 2,000 HP in a second. You have to ban that out, and then, I mean, they're the Dragonite team right now. They're the ones who understand this hero the best because they're the ones who have been playing it the most.
They're also one of the few Enchantress themes, I think, that'll first phase it. No matter what, they don't even care about banning out a Mirana or anything. Kuro's going like beyond godlike on Enchantress.
Yeah, he's been going ham.
He's dealing damage, which is something that we never really see from this role. And so has he been going Locket on Enchantress, or what's his typical build these days?
He'll adjust according to how the game goes, but typically it hasn't been Locket.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of Enchantress as an early pick. She's a very flexible hero. She gives you a lot of things. She's like some push, some ghost push. She can shovel waves without showing on the map. She's a strong laner. She's a good ganker. This hero is run the most by Team Nigma and Team LGD, and they've been doing the best at the tournament so far. There's a reason for that. She also makes it so that you can, like, I think at this tournament, I've been liking a lot of the melee plus support, range support pairs, but only Enchantress in the dual range has looked really good.
You had explained it while we were on the bus. You were saying like Enchantress almost behaves like a melee support in the way that she survives in lanes and stuff.
Exactly. She's very tanky. She has a heal, and I mean she just controls usually a melee creep. She can send it in, cause some chaos, give vision.
10 seconds.
How she plays is just very smooth for the patch.
You never have to worry about the hero paired with her. Typically when there's an Enchantress on the lane, she's just a dominator. She crushes. Whether you put her on 4, whether you put her on 5. And the nice thing about Nigma and LGD is they are still playing her as 5. They have not been some of the teams that have like changed her to 4. And I think that's really cool because personally my preference for Enchantress is also 5.
Yeah, I agree with that. And as you mentioned, because she's so flexible, it means you can basically pick whatever you want as the 4, right? If you need damage this game, you can pick damage. If you want to counter the Timbersaw and Lion, who have really good spells, you can pick up this Rubik. This hero is very hard to run right now because a lot of the 5s don't pair well with him. I think Enchantress will enable this hero, and it'll look better than it has in the previous game of this tournament.
Yeah, and I think it really has been Team Nigma that have made this hero look good. I believe it was Fogged who was just like, why are we seeing this? It doesn't really like it in the current meta, but Team Nigma has made it look good. Now, when we do look at BeastCoast Tsunami, I kind of want to talk about some of the things that we do want to see, because this is a squad where we have been talking just so much about them not being able to find their style. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Right now, I'm a little bit surprised because I was wondering, okay, Enchantress is on the come up. We're also seeing Dragon Knight on the come up. How are we come up with answers to these kinds of things? Witch Doctor is an answer to the Enchantress, being able to stun her creep for a long period of time, having a support that can amplify the magic damage on her, or any damage with Maledict, and then Death Ward can go through untouchable. The thing is, it's not a particularly popular hero, Mira. Why would you go for a Witch Doctor over the more popular meta supports like the Snapfire and things that BeastCoast are known for?
I think for BeastCoast, Witch Doctor is just a comfort hero. They run it all the time. It's probably just a preference type of thing. If your player likes the hero, give it to them. And if it works for you, it works for you. BeastCoast has never really been a team about the meta. They just play what they like, and that's what makes them so fun. But it's also what makes them so susceptible to losing to these
Yeah, I saw
Hero in
D2
phase.
Bowie. I think he was echoing the same sentiment because he covers a lot of the SA region. And he's saying BeastCoast are like a live on their drafts or die team. If the meta's good for them, you can see them shine as it did at TI9. But I don't think they played any TA this tournament. I don't think they played any Duso, and it was really strong. And they're just like they're like the most predictable team at the tournament in my opinion. But they're really good at what they do, right? Like Hector and Juggernaut on some of these carries. I actually hope they would pick a carry for Hector like Juggernaut, because it's actually a hero that he can get active on, may contribute a bit more to the team, and paired up with the Witch Doctor, that's a really strong lane.
And that's a special thing about Hector, I think, is that he farms so quickly, but also still finds a way to have impact on the map and help his team out.
For sure.
I want to shout out this Luna pick by Nigma. When I was looking at this draft, I was thinking to myself, they haven't really addressed the Timbersaw issue. And I think Luna's actually one of the much better carries to deal with Timbersaw in lane. She doesn't struggle at all and can kill him when she hits level 6.
Yeah, for sure. One of the things with Timbersaw is when he gets really tanky, you know, you have the level 2, level 3 reactive armor, he just sort of walks up and hits you. Because Luna's a range hero and she just has high base MS, she's sort of able to like play around it. She has really high base damage from the aura, and of course you have the magical damage. So when she hits 6 or even earlier, you can really start to put pressure on the Timbersaw. Don't let him play his own game. I think Luna's probably the most undervalued carry of the tournament. Honestly, I think it's Luna and Jug, so I'm really excited to see them go up against each other.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't you tweet that out like this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also Nigma, they play the best. Nigma and LG, honestly, just this patch in general, I feel like teams play the best with some tower damage, and Luna and Enchantress are like two of the best heroes for that.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things I read this morning, actually. So now we're actually going to see that theory get put to the test. Very excited for that. Very excited for this one to get underway as well. If you are just tuning in, you're just in time to see this first game get started. And this first game can determine groups, period. Just this one game can do it. BeastCoast could be getting eliminated in Team Nigma. They can be going straight to the upper side of the bracket. But before we get into that game, what are we looking to fill out both of these teams' drafts, Neil?
Need a Chris Luck hero for BeastCoast. Depends on what they want to go with.
They need something to start fights.
Exactly.
They have Juggernaut and Timbersaw, of course, right?
Yeah, they need team fight for sure on the side of BeastCoast. If you look at them, they have strong lanes, they do have stuns, they have a lot of damage, but they don't really have that team fight hero, that hero that can just go in and start it. Whereas Nigma do have strong lanes as well, but they have an initiator from Mars, and they have team fight with Luna, Rubik, and Mars. So I think BeastCoast really do need to address this team fight issue.
I would actually like to see like a Earth Spirit mid. I don't think they play it though, but something like that. You know, you're tanky, you get in there and you cause chaos. You allow your higher damage. Yeah.
I would love to see that.
Kunkka, a little
Kunkka
bit more
does
traditional.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could only hope and dream for an Earth Spirit mid. I could only hope and dream of it.
Need more European teams here.
Yeah, no, I've rarely seen that hero, and this patch is probably not very good, but that's just sort of Earth Spirit.
Oh, okay.
Kunkka, I think Spirit picked them up. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. They picked Kunkka, yeah, and I don't think the hero looked bad, but he did end up losing the game, right? I actually didn't.
Yeah, it was Collapse running it, but here it would be running in the mid lane, and Chris Luck did pick it earlier in the tournament.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Did they win that game?
No, they lost that game.
They were the ones who ended up eating the ships.
He catches, he starts fights, but he doesn't really get in there for them. I don't know if Timbersaw can go in, but I'm sort of afraid for the backline here. You just have these three very squishy heroes on your mid and your supports.
10 seconds remaining.
And now, couldn't they send the Mars mid?
They don't really have any instant disables for Puck, so he's not that scared.
That's a good point. Yeah. I mean, they do have
Rubik lift, but...
And whatever he steals from Lion, if he manages to get the Hex.
That's a good point. That's true. If he does get the Hex from Lion...
Mars can sort of catch Puck if you get a Eoscepter, just because you can't phase shift the spear. But I think you're right. Like, if Puck plays... I mean, if he plays like how Armel played in that last game, game 1 of TNC versus Spirit, he's going to dumpster this game for sure.
So, where does this Mars go? Do you send it mid versus the Puck? You're looking for a different miracle hero? Because Mars not a typical miracle hero.
I'd be comfortable on Mars offlane this game. Okay. I think MC has shown that MC has played, I think, the best Mars at this. He just looks so good. Okay. This catches so many heroes. I think you should get something that pressures the Puck a little bit. If Puck leaves the lane to rotate, you should take his tower. I don't know what's left though. TA's already banned.
Miracle did play Beastmaster, but...
He did solo kill the Puck in that match too. I don't think that's expected or realistic. Maybe
Choose your hero.
Okay, so they are putting the Mars mid most likely then. You guys were right.
It could also be a Doom mid.
It could be Doom mid.
Doom mid.
Doom mid has
It is Doom mid.
It is Doom mid, okay.
Doom mid is a lot better than offlane Doom, and it's because when you think of farm priority, Doom is actually a slower hero and takes more farm priority than the mid laner, so he needs someone who can be more active. So if you put him on mid lane, he just naturally has that farm priority, and you'll expect more moves out of the Mars usually.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like that a lot. You also just sneak over to some of those small camps, and some of the creeps you get from them can completely change a matchup. I've actually never personally seen this matchup, but I think as he's like, I can't imagine Doom doing that bad, right? Like you just have free GPM. You can shove lanes with your second spell.
He's always going to be able to farm, I'm pretty sure. Puck will right-click him because Doom has no armor, but Doom doesn't care, so...
He got 4 armor in the last patch. He's actually a bit more tanky now. But you're right, like Puck will click him a lot, and he will have to fairy regen in this lane.
And this is one of the rare situations that I could see both supports rotating. I can see Enchantress or Rubik coming to help out the Doom. I could also see Lion showing up, taking advantage of like a level 6.
Yeah, especially with the TP in with Maledict. Like
Right.
Doom's a really tanky hero, so if you go some 1-0-2 on Witch Doctor, they can definitely bring this hero down in the coil.
So my biggest issue with BeastCoast draft is just their team fight does seem walking compared to Nigma, and it seems like the teams that have managed to secure their team fight and their laning stage have consistently won over the ones that have just secured their laning, which looks like that's what BeastCoast did.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they really need their Timbersaw lane to win here. I don't think their heroes like function on the map if Timbersaw isn't able to put pressure.
Yeah, I think they're going to rally behind that Timbersaw, so there's like a lot going to be on his shoulders. I'm definitely Nigma favored for this draft.
Tsunami?
I want to see tiebreakers go down. I think that this Rubik hero, Nigma can work every once in a while. It's a blue moon kind of thing. Give me BeastCoast.
All right. Well, we are ready to get into the game. Just think about how crazy this game actually is. 6 days of Dota led to this, from wild cards to groups, and this game can determine everything. We're going to get right into the action.
Yes, thank you, Rich. Team Nigma versus BeastCoast, two teams that do like to stick to their styles. However, we do have a little bit of a change-up. Miracle playing a new hero, the Doom, Owen.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he's going to be quite happy to do so. You know, playing the Doom mid's always fun. You get to just roll in the money, which across the board for Nigma could be something that we really do see here. ILTW once again on the Luna. We saw it the other day. It was insane, hitting I believe what 986 GPM in that game. It's going to be a real test for BeastCoast to see if they can shut this man down. He knows what he's doing, but then at the same time, of course, so does Mr. K1. And if there was anyone that was ever going to be able to compete with the farm of an ILTW Luna, it would be the K1 Jug.
That is absolutely true. Does not have a steroid behind him. Neither does the Luna, so we'll see which one's going to be able to take it. I have to agree with Curtis, though. I really do think that this is one of the unsung carries. Nigma's been playing it a lot. You know, LTW loves the Luna, and this is a hero I feel that is a good counter versus Timbersaw because of mixed damage, you're speedy, and you do enable a hero like Rubik to become a lot stronger in lane. A hero that is typically quite weak in lane, your aura just makes you quite strong. Up top,
They might have the first blood here with the Blade Fury. They certainly do. The damage is done. First blood for K1, the dream start for the Jug.
and 3 runes.
So I am out of this. I'm just gonna buy.
If I'm not blind. Yes, 3 runes.
Well, there we go. Yeah, some lovely cash to start with here for BeastCoast.
Kuro. He saw Courier. He's trying to find it. Won't quite.
They're gonna be safe here with the pathing. On the way back,
So-
here's Schofield making shot.
I think me and you have gotten to see this matchup more than most, the Doom versus Puck, because we did cover, of course, Iceberg, where I think he was one of the few players that played the Doom mid a lot, so we did get to see this matchup quite a bit of times, and I like it. You can't really push the Doom out of lane as a Puck because you play so close to your tower. Not only do you have 5 armor, but then when you're close to your tower, you have 8 armor, and you have pretty ridiculous just built-in sustain anyway. So I do like that they went for this, just to counteract the Puck, which feels like it's the only team fight that BeastCoast does have in their lineup.
No, absolutely, and it's definitely one of those games as well. If Miracle gets a good start in these team fights, if he gets the jump on the Jug or the Puck, like just being down one of these cores in a team fight, it's going to mean it's so hard for BeastCoast to actually stand in a 5-5 against Nigma. It's bottom lane, Whisper.
He's in trouble.
Might be in trouble here, yeah, they're going to be able to catch him around in the trees. He's trying to heal up. Okay, Whisper with the turnaround. He'll actually be able to take down GH first. And that little dodge into the trees keeps Whisper alive. BeastCoast, they get the kill, they'll lose nothing.
And they have a secondary salve. Schofield will be able to heal up Whisper. Nicely done from these two. Top we see, I think the reason that they want the Witch Doctor is not only because of comfort as mind control. Just looking to go down, but they might get a trade. Well,
all right, Kuro with the clap there. Yes, he'll get one in return. Can he get Stinger as well? He's gonna have to
might
slow
be able
a
to.
few seconds. I think he will here. Another clap coming up in a couple. As there's the slow. One final clap before he dies. Hellbear Smasher there with his dying breath, offering up the damage Kuro needed to secure the double kill.
Maybe another one of those games where Kuroki goes beyond God. Like he's like, move over, mind control. Thank you for the lane. Thank you for the money. 800 gold going his way now. That was pretty big. And I think that the reason that they go for the Witch Doctor is not only because of comfort, but because they see the Enchantress. But from what I've seen lately, the Witch Doctor is not a counter the Enchantress. The creep, it doesn't really matter. You just play the lane a bit differently, and the slow is really overwhelming. So we will see that trade back and forth. And Jug is only 5 last hits, but so is Mind Control. But then you're going to start seeing that difference in bottom when ILTW is able to start racking up more. As he does again, the 2 points in Lunar Blessing. This is the answer to that Timber Saw. You have high base armor, high armor because of reactive, but you're both hitting them. Ranged heroes just beating on you. That's up.
On top, Stinger. They're going to be able to chase him here with this Tornado. Slowly, but no, I'm not quite having the speed, of course, to catch up to Stinger. Stinger will have to pop a south to stay in this lane, though.
Oh, Tornado so
mid lane. Well, Chris Luck. Both of them getting very low here between the two. As they'll back off. Bounty runes up. They'll look for the bottle refill. CS-wise, 20 for 1 because the 18 for 2 pretty even here so far in the mid lane.
Almighty money.
A prize.
And overall, it's just the top lane really where there's not a lot of creep hitting going on. K1, he's been more interested in looking for the kills. He's trying to get the leading on to Kuro. Turn with the Maledict down onto Mind Control. We got to get the kill onto Stinger. Yeah, K1 can't commit onto Mind Control. See the dive coming in, looking towards Miracle, but he's got just enough regen and move speed to get away from the two of them. Miracle stays alive. Yeah, this top lane, Kuroki just casually sitting on the 3 kills already as this Enchantress, just 4 minutes in.
And they're slowing down K1 while bottom, ILTW is going to have a completely free lane. The Lion's putting more attention on mid to help out Chris Leck, just securing those runes, but that means Whisper's going to suffer. He's versus this double range, high base damage as we've mentioned. And I feel like you do want your Timber Saw to get off to a good start in this game. There is a lot of magic damage that could just pop him. Even if he gets a hood early, Luna plus Rubik plus Mars, it's going to be able to bring him down pretty easily in the mid game if he does not get off to a good start.
Schofield's just going to play from the smoke here. Oh, well. Okay.
Oh, whoops. He walked into tower range.
Up and, gets a little too close to the tower. So that's the smoke instantly gone.
He gets pinged right away, too. Miracle does point it out. Up top.
On top. And Kuro might be about to find another. He is. Another kill for Kuro. K1's trying to commit here with the spin, but he's going to get speared. As K1 is also going to get mega kill streak. Mega kill streak here for Kuro. As the tip is coming out towards Kuroki. 5 minutes in, 5 kills. Kuroki's having the time of his life up here.
He bought treads, by the way. They're on the courier. He's got to be the carry Enchantress. We see that they end up surviving. This is pretty cool. He got the magic resist creep, the potato, as Sunsfan likes to call it. That magic resist allows Mars to live long enough through that Maledict and spin damage that they're able to trade the kill. That actually made the difference there. That was pretty huge. And K1 not getting free farm, Luna getting free farm. Great start.
Dire's structures are fortified.
It's been tough for K1. I mean, he keeps wanting to make these aggressive moves with Stinger, using this Maledict and Blade Fury, but as we're seeing, if you're not able to get that kill with that initial commitment with the Blade Fury, suddenly you're just, there's no escape. Every single time Mind Control and Kuro, they're going to be able to turn and kill you.
Dude, look, he's got treads on Enchantress, level 3 impetus. Zesakuro embracing the carry roll. Haste Rune on Miracle, does get a bit lucky there, securing it. Bottom, Chris Luck is looking to try to enable Whisper a bit here. ILTW is only level 4. GH is going to be the target, though.
Yeah. I'm going to drop the corner down onto GH, as GH, Fate Bolt off, will still dive, but now the counter play is ready to go. Doom drop down onto Chris Luck, but take the puck's life. See if they can try and chase down Whisper as well.
Let's look at that move slow.
A tricky one. Look at the beam actually. In fact, with the speed of Miracle charging in, he's able to stay on top of target. Gets both of them. Double kill for Miracle. Nigma continuing to make the quicker moves and. It's just a 1k lead, but it really feels like it's amping up at a pace that
bullying him. He's about to kill him. My goodness. He just solo killed Hector.
Stinger's got to be careful as well, to be honest, as Mind Control's going to be looking for maybe getting the angle on the spear. Stinger has the setup for Kuro. He's got the root. It's going to be another one. And look around.
He gave it to Kuro.
He absolutely was there. 7 kills, 7 minutes in. I mean, honestly, I wish we had cams on the players, because I'm sure Kuro he's probably got a huge smile on his face right now. You don't see this every day. Wow. Well, what a start with Kuroki Enchantress.
Hey, maybe you do. We did see it the other day too. He's beyond godlike any other guy. He's already got 7 kills. This is ridiculous. Wow. Very good start here. Luna's going to be enabled nicely. They're going to leave the lane now. Level 6 on ILTW, going to start putting points in the Moonglaves. Same build he did the other day. He was 1-1-3. And Schofield.
Is going to be another kill for Kuro?
One more impetus. See you later.
Yes, it is. It's a monster kill streak. Somebody stop this man. 8 kills. I mean, what do you even do if you're beat? Because this Enchantress is destroying you at 8 minutes in. What's the plan?
Someone wants that kill. That's what I know. They want to give that to Hector. Get him that kill streak. As soon as he hits 6, I want to see them just smoke and hunt this Kuroki Enchantress, because he's gonna give a lot of gold. Jeez, yeah, Kuro. Level 6. Mind Control also about to hit level 7. They've broken the lanes. Top lane cannot go back there. K1 has to jungle. Chris still can sit in the mid lane, but he's got to be a bit careful. They're now giving the lane to the Rubik, giving it to GH so he can get levels up, and they're just going to start moving around. Miracle jungling, Luna jungling. We'll give Whisper a bit more freedom to finally get off to a better start.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
man, what an
attack.
Explosive start from Nigma.
Dire's top tower
Kuro just sending the creeps in at K1, so K1's not really getting any chance to chill out and hit creeps at all. Bottom lane, Miracle with the invis. They're prepared. Sentries down. They've got the 4 of them ready to go. They knew that he was looking for this with the rune, and BeastCoast, they set the trap and take the kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good rotation. Only place I feel like they can play around the map right now is around this Timber Saw. The top side is too scary. You're going to end up giving Kuroki a godlike streak too early on, so make moves elsewhere perhaps.
We'll see how well K1 can keep up. I mean, so far, not the biggest of gaps between the two carries. Farms 3,700 on RLTW over to K1, yeah, but right behind him. So
yeah, that's true.
Very close on these two.
Be surprised if he's able to keep up though. 3 points now in Glaives. ILTW he's doing the same thing though. Even though he's playing more in the jungle, maxing Lunar Blessing rather than going for max Glaives. He likes this build. It is because of the way Nigma's playstyle has been about that group up mentality, but he's done this a couple of times now, even when he is just sitting in the jungle a bit longer.
Dire's top tower is
looking
under
towards
attack.
bottom again, BeastCoast. Won't be able to get the catch on Miracle. There's Miracle backs off still. K1 having to be very careful with where he can actually find farm. Mind Control, Kuro is keeping themselves deep inside BeastCoast jungle, so farming space is limited.
They're smoking. Doom's online. GH has hit 6, so he's going to be able to steal a good spell from Whisper. Chakra being one of the better ones from that hero. He's got a lot of good spells. Any of Lion spells, any of Puck spells, any spell from him too are going to be really nice. Doom's out. Once he gets
jump down straight away. Make sure that there's no jump out with the chain. And they'll, between the two of them, should have enough here to kill them off during this Doom. It's top lane at the same time. Mind Control, put the catch on the K1. K1 is going to die. Godlike, 10 minutes in Kuroki. They really want to kill him. He's worth a lot of money here with the finger and the blasting too.
Gets it.
He's able to find it with the blast of the orb. And they finally put an end to Kuroki having a phenomenal start here.
It's like a full Witchblade now finished up to the puck.
He's here. He's dead. Not quite able to get in time. Chris able to jump out. Just
Dire's middle tower
quick enough, because now the counterplay comes in. Whisper. They're going to warn GH. Face shift turn, actually get the fade bar off. That'll settle for the kill onto Schofield, but GH will still die to the chakra. Mind control spirit onto Stinger. Double kill for mind control. The question is, can he get himself out? The Maledict's on him, and Whisper, he's got enough burst. Comes in, will get a cleanup as BeastCoast are able to punch back a bit here in this fight. Kuro, he's back in action though, and yeah, Whisper's gonna have to step away.
And LTW stealing the stacks. He stole the Ancients. During all this time, he's had full freedom to just walk into the Ancient side. Nigma is going to have 4 cores. They already do have 4 cores with Kuroki. This is still very problematic for BeastCoast. K1, he has to be very cautious of anywhere he goes now, it feels. He's just constantly hunting.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it really does. They've easily got the measures to kill him as well. And even more so, Miracle 1300 in towards the Blink Dagger. When they've got that jump, the map is not going to be a safe place for any member of BeastCoast to play in.
And ILTW's got a free game. So as we saw last time when he had that ridiculous GPM, I think we're in store for another one, Owen.
He's
middle
quickly rising up the ranks here.
Radiant are
and they can't pressure him. They can't get to his side because Kuroki's playing the lane very aggressively, who's about to have a Dragon Lance, by the way. Schofield trying to set up for him.
Surely with the 3 of them they should have him. Maledict.
Come on, sprites.
That big death ward.
They gotta use that board.
Everything's thrown down onto Kuroki to get the kill. Whisper, he might be able to find Mind Control as well. They've got the stun, and Whisper again doing the damage, but now the counterplay from Miracle drops down the Doom. They're trying to stay on top of this Timbersaw here. Extra backup coming in from the Luna. As Chrysalis looking towards GH, but GH is actually able to live. Turns with the stolen orb with the Fade Bolt. GH will not go down.
Don't be mad.
Commits so much to kill Kuroki. LTW now sticking around very deep.
Oh,
he's gonna get killed for this.
Oh, well, that's a big catch there for Whisper and Schofield. I think, yeah, look, maybe getting a little too excited off the back of that fight, ILTW, as he just walks around the lane. As, well, Whisper, he's really holding it together here for BeastCoast. We're seeing this Timber getting, very aggressive, very active, as the panel said he needed to do. They said eyes on Whisper, he's got to pop off. And honestly, considering how tough of an opening it has been, he's certainly doing that. 7-2-1, he's looking to have the strength that the team need to be that frontline presence.
K1 doing Ancients at 40 HP. Those have the healing ward, so we'll be able to reset, but dropping extremely low and stacking it at the same time. Almost dies to the Black Dragon. He's going to leave that for later.
Just doing what he can here to keep up with ILTW.
That kill was big. Did slow down ILTW a lot. K1 will be able to get a decent amount of space from it. Whisper, as we saw before too, he did have the hood, which savers that Doom as bottom.
Big catch here for BeastCoast. They find Miracle.
That's huge.
So if GH and Kuro can punish either of the 2 of them, they'll get the grab onto Stinger. Stinger will get left behind here. Yeah, spear from Mind Control will sniping. Chrysalis actually wants to maybe get back in on this. He's looking towards GH. The arena's going to be covered, but it doesn't matter. The chakram from Whisper still flies through and will end GH's life.
MC is such a bro player. He tried to save him just with the blocking of the range attack with the arena blood, but it didn't matter. The Timber did come through. BeastCoast punching back a bit here. Still at a 4K discrepancy, but decent moves. Pretty good stuff, making everything happen and making all that space for Hector to catch up.
Nigma grouped up around the mid. If they can swing around bottom.
Blink, Eclipse, Max, Lucent Beam.
Schofield. He's looking pretty dead here. Schofield. He'll be the one to get taken out. Of course, that means the information's there for the rest of BeastCoast to back off. Chris Luck can resume just trying to get his own Blink Dagger done.
They're going to smoke again. They want to get a bigger kill. Drawing the line toward the mid lane. They want to try to find either the Puck, Timber, or that Jug, since they did only find that line before. Miracle does have level 2 Doom skilled up too. With that fair, we go. It's a lot of damage. The silence.
Just Luck able to dance out just in time as Miracle comes forth at the same time. Still want to try and have a poke at them. Chris Luck and Whisper. We have seen these two, you know, if Chris Luck finds the Dream Coil, Whisper has been doing an excellent job of being able to land all the spells very, very easily.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Continuing to make space for Hector. He's level 11. He is catching up in farm versus Luna, about 1,600 behind, but he is quite far behind in the levels. ILTW is almost 15. Jug's only 11. Well, that is one big difference that will be coming into play. Blink finished onto Schofield. Pretty good timing, 16 minutes for all things considered, him getting picked off a few times. So they will have that quick insta-jump, 2 different forms of initiation now with their lineup.
Yeah, no, I mean, who's Schofield looking to jump in the team fights?
If he can ever find LTW, that's the dream. It's him or Miracle.
Stop the Luna hitting away, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, Blink done on Chris Luck as well, so they've got the excellent jump. These 2 Blink Dagger timings could be something BeastCoast could look to make a play around. Yeah, should done top of the Maelstrom for K1, so also able to charge into battle a little easier. Nigma's prepared. All 5 of them here around the mid, sitting behind ILTW. They know something's up, something's coming.
Smoking again.
They want to be the ones to get the jump themselves. They know that if they can get that Blink Zoom off, it's going to be pretty huge. They jump in. Who's going to get the cat there? And find K1. Miracle. Doom's going to get dropped down onto Jug. Schofield caught the arena. He'll go down. K1 will fall. They'll bring down both RTW and GH in town. Maybe they can get more Whisper. He's able to find Kuroki. Gets him with a timber chain. Takes down a third. He's 3 for 3 so far. And Chris Luck, he's not done. He's looking at what mind control Whisper. He's still got lots full alpha mana to play with as Whisper comes across. Finds a 4. They look towards Miracle. Miracle able to blink out just in time, as he will live. That's a close fight, but again, one that BeastCoast, they're coming out on top again. We're seeing Chris Luck and Whisper doing a fantastic job of just dancing around the fight. And at the moment, you know, sure, Nigma, they get the jump on the carry, they get the squishies, the Witch Doctor and the Lion are struggling to deal with these 2, you know, elusive heroes. Mid, GH come in, Whisper, and Chris Luck, they're just going to get in and get the kill. It's another one for Whisper. He is having a smashing time here on the Timber Saw, as they're really struggling to keep a hold of this man.
They both got the initiation they wanted in the fights. It was pretty interesting. It was the exact same scenario. ILTW gets hexed and exploded, while the Jug also gets doomed and exploded. It was literally identical movements, but BeastCoast come out a little ahead because of how strong Whisper is. 2,580 HP. He is quite unkillable. They might have to start switching the priority to this Timber with the Doom. Since the Jug is still already having a tough time, I think that Nigma is going to start looking more at Whisper in this game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, they've got to stop this man churning around the fight. Whisper is doing so much right now for BeastCoast.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
So there we have it, finally getting away with taking this tier 1 tower mid. BeastCoast, they're closing the gap. Just a 2k difference now between the teams.
Behold!
The Timber addresses 2 of the cores as well, pre-BKB, so he's just going to be able to always delete the Mars, delete the Doom, until they have BKB, so that's the target priority for Whisper, while everyone else just has to go for the Luna, because Luna is very susceptible to all this big burst damage, and she's not going to go for BKB just yet. She is going to be going for that Manta style, it does look like. Might be switching the build, since he does see how much he is getting focused.
BeastCoast, they're stepping up the pressure now. They know how these team fights are definitely becoming more hard for Nigma than maybe Nigma expected after the start that they had.
Radiant
this top tier 1 tower, that'll be gone. Nothing to be done about this as BeastCoast
Doom is ready
to close that gap. Let's see if they can make any sort of jump. I mean, Miracle and GHR up here, but as much as you want to sort of lock down the Timber's ability to fight, even if Doom's down on him now, as tanky as he is, it's unlikely you're going to kill him unless you bring the full squad.
They'll need an Eclipse on top. They'll need pretty much everything to destroy Whisper. The BKB is at the ready for Miracle, so he should be a lot more survivable inside the fight, so he can fully commit rather than having to worry about some Coil and Timbersaw ripping him apart. But Luna's still very susceptible, so ILTW have to be very careful of this position. They're going on him again. The healing ward's there,
He's
though.
already got the healing ward out. It's giving him a good bit of sustain. The Urena comes down. He is still trapped. Finally falls, but Mind Control will die in return for this. They'll try and get the grab onto Chris look there with a stolen Dream Call, I believe, but it says there's nothing to push through and get the kill on Chris, as Chris is fine. Whisper forces back RTW and Kuroki. Chris looks in with a chase down onto GH. Schofield has the follow-up stun. Double kill again for Whisper. 13, 2, and 3 here on the Timber. He is having such a good time this game. I mean, Kuro had a brilliant opening, but overall, just what Whisper's been able to do for BeastCoast, it's been huge, and it's been, again, you know, as the analyst said, exactly what BeastCoast needed. They needed Whisper to pop off, and he really is right now.
He is, and ILTW is switching the build. He's about to have the BKB done. He does. He disassembles the Dragon Lance. He will be able to finish it up afterward. He will be able to finish up the BKB right now, and they will be able to fight a bit easier. As I said, do feel like they need to prioritize a little bit more on Whisper in the fights, but maybe just delaying it. Since with these double BKBs, their fight is still very strong, but BeastCoast, I'm gonna run for their money.
Not upon fortune.
Not for sure. I mean, to the point where you feel that, you know, if that opportunity is presented to you to jump K1, doom him, take him out the fight, you feel like you might not necessarily want to be going for that every time now.
Execution style.
Maybe they're just gonna keep doing this and just shut down the jug because they'll outscale. Because eventually Timbersaw will start to fall off. Maybe that's the approach from Nigma. Because they will just have a Doom for him later on, and the percent damage that'll come out from Infernal Blade will start to rack up versus a Timber. I think that might just be their approach. Just get like 3 farmed core, well, these 2 massive cores, and then just have K1 never able to catch up. But K1 is doing an okay job of keeping in the game. Like 10,000 net worth with 6 deaths is still pretty impressive for him.
No, for sure, yeah. Considering how heavily focused he is, he's being gotten by, you know, Miracle every single team fight.
Doom up in 20.
Go for up here on the top lane. RTW not wanting to show. Chris Luck's set up in the trees.
He's going full green on Whisper. He's going for the Bloodstone next. Level 18 finished up. Level 3 Chakram. BeastCoast gathering for a smoke.
There we go.
Doom is back up, though.
Farming safely.
Yeah. Let's see who gets the connection on who. Whisper. There's the Bloodstone. 3,000 HP. Control.
Well, Mind Control is going to jump in, look to make a move on the illusion. Whisper's the only one trapped in the arena with the Bloodstone done. He's healing up. They'll be able to take out Schofield. But that's a lot used here from Nigma in that initial burst. Only gets the kill on the line. ILTW, he's been caught. The Dream Core's down. He's got no BKB to fall back on anymore. ILTW's gone. Miracle will manage to take down Chris Luck for K1. He's pushing it onto Mind Control with the Blade Fury. GH jumping in with the stolen silences Kuro. He's got an impetus flying down to K1. Miracle's got the lockdown. They brought K1 down as well. 3 dead on BeastCoast. As Nigma, the bags are coming out on top of these fights. Now, they have the 4 of them. Can they actually take down Whisper, though? I don't think they can. Whisper still too beefy of a target. Mind Control's hiding, but Schofield's... Oh! A quick fingers out there from the high ground as Schofield swings by and zaps out Mind Control.
LTW with a very early BKB usage gets punished. He gets chased down from the Timbersaw, from the jug afterwards, and it does look like that is the idea from Nigma. Completely try to ignore this Timbersaw.
Yeah, that's the way they've got to go.
Yep. Does feel like they have a Shiva's now finished up, so they will have some healing reduction. He is going to be queuing up the Shard next, so that's that percent damage, those constant Infernal Blades that do really start to rack up. But yeah, Whisper is a huge problem that they'll have to deal with at some point. Or just keep dancing on him, keep kiting him, and just keep ruining Hector, who joins the fight. As we mentioned, he had 10,200 net worth, 10,700 just a few minutes later still. Just K1 not getting any space to farm, but making their way into Roche Pit. Doom is on cooldown. It does feel like Nigma's a lot more reliant on their ultimates. Should be able to get this one. Don't know if Nigma wants to contest it all.
I know. I mean, surely they want to try. Do they really want to let this one go for free?
Can they, though? Eclipse, 20 seconds, still on cooldown. Let's see.
He's just going to commit with the BKB to kill a Schofield. BeastCoast, they're trying to finish up this Roshan time. Miracle's heading over, the arena's down. Can they get in? The Miracle steps forward. Radiant get the kill, Radiant get the Aegis. Nigma, they take both. As Miracle's able to walk in, get the kill, get the Aegis, and get the big cleanups here. K1 and Whisper taken down. Jump up to the high ground. They've caught the Witch Doctor. Doctor as well, as that could not have gone any better there for Nigma. Miracle just striding into the Roche pit as he takes everything.
Oh, and Hector's game feels like it's just over. 1-8 on the jug this game. He is bottom 5 of the net worth. I don't think I've ever seen this from Hector. As Chris Luck has used defensive coil. He's still lifted.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's going to be able to get away with that orb. It's a huge fight. And that's going to hurt BeastCoast a lot. Knocked back down 8k. They were so close to being able to get that themselves, but we see it. Miracle just steps in, and it's all theirs. It's all theirs. The Roche killed, the Aegis on it. And of course, he still has that ready for the next team fight. As Nigma, they can look to push on and get something done now with the Aegis being in their hands.
It's so much magical damage that really can't. I didn't even expect it. The damage from Miracle, the Scorched Earth damage really adding up. All these talents, you see how much it does in these long duration team fights. 80 times 15, just some quick maths. That's a lot of damage, Owen. So he just sticks on top of him with the Shivas too, reducing the healing. It is pretty ridiculous. He gets like 1 or 2 of these Infernal Blades off, and the Timber's gone. And Hector, he just has no place in the game. He's fully focused every single one of these fights. 9k gold lead now. ILTW level 21. Hector is level 16.
Top GH. It's going to catch on Schofield. As Whisper tried to push this top lane out to keep the tier 2 safe, but Nigma will be able to bring that background. Chris Luck just desperately trying to push out this bottom lane. Yeah, some of the pressure that Nigma's starting to apply against BeastCoast.
I've never seen K1 this poor in a game. Even when they're losing like massively, I've never seen him bottom 5. He just retakes the top 5 position, but man, he's just getting completely bullied from Nigma. Chris Law, he's doomed.
He tries to get out, but he's in range of the Doom. Miracle's still able to lay it down.
And it's a stolen coil for the next fight too for GH.
Ooh. Well, that's definitely rather spooky.
Regeneration.
Full minute here without the puck. Nigma immediately charging back onto BeastCoast after the map. K1, they found him. There it is. Oh, no. Drop down there to get him with the jump. K1 will try and spin to win, but they've got the damage to go through the Blade Fury. Another death on the jug.
Winning.
As Nigma's very clear approach to this game of at all costs, just kill the Juggernaut. It definitely is seeming to work out pretty well here. As they're into the high ground, on Whisper. Full commitment onto Whisper underneath the Eclipse. They easily have the damage raining down to kill him. There's 4 heroes dead. None of them have buyback. Nigma, they're going to be able to take at least this mid set of racks. Maybe more. They're heading straight towards the tier 4. With the Luna, they can look to close this, and yeah, it's just a poor old Lion. You know, Schofield, he's not going to be able to defend this at all. This, as you say, it really is. This game, it's over. And unless Chris can do something amazing here in a couple of seconds, we'll see if he can. But no, he cannot. Wow. Too much damage here is Nigma. I mean, 29 minutes in, 36 to 23, 60k. It's those moves at the end that really set them apart. And the fact that they did everything possible to just break down the K1 Hector Juggernaut. He's going to feel pretty rough after that one with the amount of hate that Nigma sent his way.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at
5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Pain.
Radiant team
The
ban.
law of conservation of pain.
Dota.
It's pain.
Welcome to our TED Talk.
Dota is incredibly painful, actually. It just never stops. Even if you're winning, you're in pain, and if you're losing, you're in pain.
I will say though,
You're
Dota's a
never
fun
happy.
game because I think Dota also has like the highest highs. Some of the moments
10
you experience in
seconds
Dota
remaining.
because there's so much pain involved are like the unforgettable ones. Are
Dire
just like
team
crazy,
back.
like oh my god, I can't believe we made a mega
Radiant
comeback.
team back.
Can't believe Eternal Envy threw for us.
And that's when you pass the pain, right? And you're absolved of the pain, and it's completely in somebody else's court. But now we're going to actually move the ball into a different court. We're going to be paying attention to this draft for game number 2, and try to figure out what these teams are going to be bringing.
10
Keep in
seconds
mind,
remaining.
this one, it's just we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's here. Team Nigma, they've already made it to that top side of the bracket. BeastCoast already knows that they will no longer be in this tournament, but that doesn't mean that we will not see them at TI. I believe it's still a 98.4% chance or something like that they will be at TI. So it would need to be a disaster scenario for them to not be
10
at the
seconds
biggest
remaining.
tournament of not only the year, of like 2 years at this point. But Neil, anything
5
hopping off the
seconds
page to you
remaining.
instantly?
I'm not surprised that Nigma are consistently first phase banning Leshrac
Radiant
because of
team pick.
the flex potential from BeastCoast. Leshrac has been their go-to on Whisper or Chris Luck. And like you mentioned, the Templar Assassin, that's usually a South American special for flex. They were playing it safe lane, like HFN would be playing it safe lane and stuff like that. Not the case for BeastCoast. Their flex is in the off lane in the mid lane, and
10
keeps getting
seconds
banned out,
remaining.
and Nigma continue to pick the most picked hero at the tournament
5
with the
seconds
Mars.
remaining.
Still like 70+% win rate.
I'm personally so surprised this hero keeps getting through to Nigma. I think people should just prioritize that.
Which one is more important, the DK or the Mars to ban?
I would ban the Mars.
Okay.
I would ban the Mars personally. But that adaptability that we were talking about earlier, Nigma just played a game against Timbersaw. They got bodied by the Timbersaw. They banned the Timbersaw, right? BeastCoast doesn't even ban out the TA.
Radiant
Yeah, you have to ban
team
the IO every single time,
Dire team pick.
and they will
And
first phase.
a lot of drafting is like you're giving them something, you're trying to create a strategy against it, right? But like if they wanted to go something like Tiny A with a lot of magical damage, like I think you're right. Why not just do it against the Dragonite? Also, Nigma's Dragonite is a lot more scary from second pick, I
Dire
think.
team
If they're
back.
first pick, I completely agree. DK in Nigma's draft is extra scary on second pick because they're fine picking their Lunas or their Ursas as a fourth pick, giving it flexibility whether it's going mid or offline for their final pick. It's not the same on first pick. You get to see exactly where it goes.
This Phoenix
10
follow-up on
seconds
Mars
remaining.
has also been quite popular this tournament. There's just an insane amount of
5
combo
seconds
potential
remaining.
and sustain and damage output, so I'm very fond of Phoenix in general throughout this tournament.
This might be me being reckless or a little bit of a pega, but when we see really common things here right now, right? Like this is super common. If you are Team Nigma, is this a chance to maybe try something a little bit weird against BeastCoast to figure stuff out for later in the tournament now that they have secured their spot in the upper bracket? Or do you just play it straight?
Of weirdness, okay, so I think Luna's going to be their signature moving forward. I don't know how much teams are going to warm up to Luna, but AUI, I'm with you that Luna in Nigma's hands is at least terrifying for sure. In game 1, we saw it work really well with Miracle's Doom.
Dire team
What made
back.
Doom such a good pairing for that Luna, in your mind?
So Luna has low single target damage. Her steroid is Glaives, which is basically AoE damage. You need two things beside each other.
Okay.
Other carries, like think of Juggernaut, they have a crit, low BAT. You know, you think of Morphling as really a stack
10
game, so his
seconds
attacks hit harder. Luna doesn't actually have that. What made Doom such a good pairing is that he has a lot of
5
single target
seconds
damage.
remaining.
So Luna won't win the 1v1 carry matchup versus Juggernaut, but she does versus a Doom Juggernaut.
Okay, so typically your mid laners are the ones who are dealing the AoE damage, AoE magic damage.
Yeah.
But Luna's kind of handling
I mean,
that.
in this
Radiant
patch, like all the
team
mids are like Lina, TA, apparently Doom. I didn't know about that one. Even Puck, like they output. It doesn't have to be single target. They just do a lot of damage. And I saw like Gabby's Puck in the TNC match. Like he had
Dire
Dagon
team
5
back.
Octarine. He was just killing everyone. You don't need the single target physical that you would like 1 or 2 patches ago, even at Singapore Major.
Okay, so then of experimentation, like you said, you weren't expecting the Doom. I think that's what Nigma should start exploring. What can we give Miracle that makes this Luna look good? Because game secured,
10
series
seconds
secured.
remaining.
Let's find out what makes this look good in upper bracket.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the upper bracket,
5
a lot on
seconds
the line
remaining.
for them. I believe top 4 makes them pretty comfortable, but if they get top 2, it's mathematically impossible for them to not get that berth into TI. So they need a solid performance. It's really important to try to figure out how they're going to chart that course as
And
well.
there is some merit to not experimenting and just not showing
Radiant
everything. I mean, they showed a
team
lot. They played a
Yeah.
long group stage. But you don't want to just flub your last game and go in with less confidence into the playoffs.
I agree. But to be fair, just to backpedal a little bit to the Luna, I think sometimes picking to do well in lane is good enough. I think the idea behind that Luna
10
pick was just they
seconds
needed a
remaining.
carry that would do fine versus Timbersaw, and she did fine. She didn't get destroyed on the lane. She had a
5
good lane,
seconds
and she
remaining.
left. So sometimes picking to win the lane without
Radiant's
necessarily
team
thinking about the bigger picture of the game can work when you're playing versus heroes like Timbersaw that like specialize on pressuring the lane and scaring people, if that makes sense.
And there was plenty of like other like Nigma's the only team that's really running Rubik also, and so this is all stuff that they find situationally exceptional.
I wasn't
10
too keen on the
seconds
Rubik last game. I don't necessarily think it performed
Yeah.
very well,
5
and they went on the
seconds
backs of their other heroes. I think what you were saying last panel about how Rubik just doesn't work that much anymore, I think there's merit to that.
It's funny because we've seen them win with the Rubik multiple times.
I know.
And everybody's like, I didn't like that Rubik. I really did not like that Rubik, even though they are still winning with it. But I would actually need to double check, but I think they've won with it maybe twice now.
I think
It might even be more.
for me it feels like they win in spite of it and not because of it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the vibe I've been getting. If there's any adjustments that I would like to see out of Nigma, I really enjoy the flexibility on mid. I like that they're picking
Dire
things like
team
Doom.
pick.
I would like to see the Rubik filtered out of the draft unless it's playing against something like a Magnus. That's my personal opinion.
And
But
definitely.
again, there are lots of heroes that I dislike, such as Hoodwink. I hope to never see her again.
Yeah, you really have not been keen on the Hoodwink.
10 seconds
Luckily, we haven't seen
remaining.
too much of it. Well, luckily for you,
Thank
so,
God.
a Hoodwink hater.
5
What do we
seconds
think of the
remaining.
gyro here, though, AUI?
Gyro's my favorite character to play right now,
know.
and no one picks it, and it's absolutely trash when they do, so I really hope it wins this game.
Okay.
It is a good matchup versus Phoenix. You have innate plus attack speed in your stats, and you can just like flack off the eggs just so contributing to team fights. It's supposed to be a really strong laner. I think it should win its lane, but yeah, I don't know. I've just been let down so many times by gyrocopters.
And on the bus over here, you and Fogg were talking about carries that deal good hybrid damage as answers to DK, and Gyrocopter and Luna both came up, and I feel like Luna's just a better Gyrocopter in most regards because
They're different though. Gyrocopter, I think he's stronger in lane. He's a higher kill threat. If you rotate a third hero, then the Rocket Barrage is trained to guaranteed kill on anyone. I think generally, actually, I mean they are similar heroes, right? That used to be a classic like around 2013. One team with a Gyrocopter, one team with a Luna.
right.
And but Gyrocopter, he's the best TP in carry. Like if someone's diving a tower and Gyrocopter TP's in, you will kill all of them because your
Okay.
ultimate is just so strong. It's a huge AoE spell, slow, and then if they're diving tower, you isolate them. But yeah,
10
I don't know.
seconds remaining.
Does he still need the +1? Because I always felt like
He's a good like
5
buff,
seconds
like a
remaining.
buff receiver.
Right.
Like you have an Invoker Gyrocopter, he can look really strong. Gyrocopter is actually more of a 1v5 hero than Luna is. I think even if you buff Luna, she will get out carried by some of these Juggernauts and things like that. But because of how Gyrocopter's
Dire
items
team
functions with like items like Satanic and buffs, he can 1v5 a game.
right.
Tuskar, that's another. You're picking some unpicked heroes. I actually like this a lot.
Well, there was a Tuskar pick yesterday.
Yeah.
It didn't win though.
No, no.
No, but no one's been picking these heroes in tournament, right?
It's funny if you remember
10
BeastCoast.
seconds
This
remaining.
happened like a few times where it's like all of a sudden the pressure felt like it was off them, and then it's
5
like,
seconds
all right, we're picking
remaining.
whatever the heck we want. And
Right,
I'm
we're
trying
winning.
to remember the first time that it happened. I think it was. Man, I'm drawing a blank right now, but there was a moment where we were like, wait, why are they playing BeastCoast Dota now when they haven't been playing BeastCoast Dota the rest of the tournament? Do you think that, Tsunami, maybe that this even is an indication of just kind of the
Dire
pressure that
team
they were
back.
feeling to try to adapt to the meta?
Maybe, because even in this... Oh no, Effie.
Dear, I think... Okay, that's...
It's funny that it ends up coming up right after you mentioned your hate for Hoodwink. How do you like is this a alright place to be seeing
The thing
Hoodwink?
is, I feel naturally inclined to root against the team when they pick this hero, because I just don't want this hero to succeed.
What is it about Hoodwink that makes you so angry every time you see this squirrel?
10 seconds.
Seething with rage. Ah.
It's not like a Sir Action Slacks
5
hate
seconds
story. Where it's like, I play this hero, and plus, I just think it's worse at what it does than a lot of other 4
Dire
heroes.
team back.
Like, if you're picking it to follow up on a stun, why don't you just pick Morano, who has a better long-range stun? If you're picking it to nuke, why don't you pick Alina? I just think there are heroes that do her job better.
What if you're picking it for a break where there's no use for a break in this game?
Her break isn't even that great.
Yeah,
I think
It can be
that
Lotus
10
Orb, her
seconds
break can be.
remaining.
I know, yeah, it can be dispelled in.
the fact that you're all missing is
5
adorable
seconds
squirrel.
remaining.
She is adorable, and her voice lines are really nice.
She's
but
also just super fun.
if you do her laugh in
Radiant
Dota,
team
everyone
back.
can hear it.
If you what?
Her laugh in Dota, it's horrible. Like, everyone can hear it. Like,
Yeah, if you type, I think if you type lol or haha in all chat, then like your hero will laugh. Is her laugh like?
no, the enemy Hoodwink
Yeah.
laughing, your team can hear it.
But not normal? I don't have the sound.
Why would she be
You haven't experienced that?
No, I feel like you may just be having
Haunted
nightmares.
by
Yeah.
Hoodwink.
Now I'm starting to.
I wake up in the middle of the night in a hot sweat.
No, seriously.
Hoodwink.
This happens to me so many times.
I believe it.
Oh man, well, I think that we've brought this up a few times. I feel like a lot of people want to play Hoodwink, or you brought up the fact that
It's
Hoodwink's fun.
It's really fun.
That AY's brought up, like, yeah, it's fun, so people are gonna want to play it more, even in a tournament setting.
He looks
I mean,
confused.
I don't think the hero's that bad though. Like, you guys all hate Hoodwink, but
I don't hate Hoodwink.
I don't hate it.
Okay.
I play her though. That's
I mean, I think
I don't think
the hero
she's
has a
good.
niche. Like, specifically, like how you can set up for kills is actually pretty good. There's not many heroes that can run through the trees and have stuns. It's pretty much just Hoodwink. And anytime you can do something in Dota that no one else can do, like there's probably going to be a swap for you in the draft. Like, Dota's a very dynamic game like that.
I want you to get all your Hoodwink praise out of your system now, Curtis, because I know.
Here, honestly, I don't know that much about the hero.
Fair, but I know MSS is going to be picking it, and you better be roasting it because it's Mojo.
Yeah.
Talking
So
about-
anytime he
Anything
picks
Mojo
it's
does.
trash.
Yeah, man, I will say we've seen a lot of bad Hoodwink games, but the best plans of men and mice
10
often do
seconds
go
remaining.
awry. But it seems like this one gets a second chance.
5 seconds
Oh, it's a
remaining.
squirrel, not a mouse.
Yeah,
I've
and I
seen
thought you were
a
doing
lot
a
of-
Bat Rider thing.
Shit,
'cause
that was
Bats-
almost awesome.
Bats-
Yeah.
That was almost the highlight of my career.
I was
but-
I thought you were going to tie it in somehow. I was like, oh, this is really smart.
man's going-
yeah, it was almost
Oh,
really smart.
it wasn't
just ended up
smart.
it just ended up being a very, very fruitless attempt. Yeah, I feel nuts after that one.
To be honest, I don't really see that much synergy out of either Nigma's draft or
Now select your
BeastCoast's
hero.
draft.
I mean, they have some, like, the classic, like, you haunt for vision so Batrider can lasso, and you have some team fight to back it up. You know, when you pick Batrider, you want team fight and you want burst damage behind you. I think Phoenix and Hoodwink are actually quite good at that.
You also want setup on side lanes, which Mars
For
will
sure.
provide for you.
Even Hoodwink, he is actually good at setting up on side lanes. That is one thing that Hoodwink does better than the other fours. Like,
Well, she's a 5 this game. Kuros.
yeah, or other
Her
five.
stun is not reliable.
It's pretty reliable. You just
I
drop
don't
the
think
tree beside them and you stun them.
Yeah,
And
just
then
drop the
Batrider-
tree, bro. It's that easy.
Drop
Wait,
it.
I mean, your skill gives you a tree, so.
Right, but you can run away from the tree. Like, you have to
I mean,
shoot
yeah.
that bushwhack
You
first,
can miss.
and
You
then
can
do the
mess up your
execution.
spells.
The only way you can do it without them reacting is to shoot the bushwhack first, and then a lot of people mess that combo up because it's not that.
They did
Yeah,
make
but
it
I
harder.
don't think these players will.
They made
I
it
mean, they
harder.
might sometimes, but like your percentage of messing up, I think, is lower with these types of players.
I think
They
that's a
pick
very
Slark, by the way.
very fair point to bring up.
Ooh, Chris Slark, that's actually a classic right there. He doesn't play a farm Slark, he runs at you.
Talking
This is a very spicy.
What are these percentages here?
So this also, yeah, just to keep in mind, this actual voting happens before you even see the draft from the first game, right?
Okay.
So this is just people saying, like, who do we think is going to win the series, and it's always going to be skewed a little bit more heavily, because like, let's say even if you think that we talked about this the other day, like even if you think that the matchup is like a 60-40% matchup and you go for the team that's 60%, then all of a sudden everybody who just knows that stat line is going to be able to dogpile on. I think it's an understandable prediction though here. Obviously not 7%. It does hurt a little bit. It also does hurt knowing that you are going to be eliminated, but we're going to have to see how they handle that. A bit of a spicy draft. Let's get into the action.
Prepare for battle.
Looks like we have some adaptation coming from these last few picks. A Batrider gets picked up to counter the mid Tiny that it looks like was going to be going there. They pick a Slark to counteract it, so Miracle goes, okay, I don't want to play Batrider versus Slark mid, so we'll make My Control take the sacrifice, and he's going to play the Mars mid. Owen, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, looking forward to see what Chris able to do on the mid Slark. You know, I think Slark in the mid lane has a lot of potential, as the panel points upon. Chris likes to run at heroes. This is a good one to do it on. We'll see what he can do. I think overall it is, again, going to be quite a tough one for BeastCoast. You know, a few mistakes here and there, and suddenly ILTW, he's going to be carrying the game on his Spectre.
Yeah, and let's see. So there's some fun interactions between both lineups, because I see Hoodwink, I see Mars, and I see Batrider. These heroes cut the tree. Which can remove the stun, which could be a bit problematic inside of the fights. Also, Slark, however, it is a good matchup versus the Batrider if you're in lane and throughout the game. Spectre is a good matchup versus Slark, because you just dagger him, and then your Shadow Dance doesn't work. So we'll see how Chris Luck can work around that, because he's not the real carry. It is about Hector still being that gyrocopter, so we'll see how it all does end up working out. I like this, though. I see some fun adaptation from both sides when those last picks do come out.
Yeah, and I think, eyes on Kuro to see what he's able to do on the Hoodwink here. He had a fantastic start last game on his Enchantress, and here he's gone and picked arguably a hero that he's maybe even going to have more fun on if he gets a good time on the ult. You've got to watch out for Kuro sniping people.
Absolutely. And they are running an aggro tri-lane. Me and Curtis, so this is kind of funny, but me and Curtis were talking AY, for those who don't know. We were talking about Tusk and Gyrocopter in the van coming over here and just saying, we want to see these heroes maybe picked up as these are tri-laners, either Luna or Gyro plus a Tusk to potentially shut down these tankier heroes. So I'm kind of glad that BeastCoast is going for their own style with that opening type of picks. These lanes look a bit tough. They do leave Whisper on an island, so he is going to be versus My Control. So it ends up being Tiny versus Batrider anyway, which is a full counter pick. Everyone picks Batrider in these EU pubs. You pick Batrider versus Tiny because you just own him in lane and throughout pretty much the whole game. So we'll see how Whisper is able to do, because he's going to be the sacrifice for it.
Always see mid Kuro. He's out for some Kuro.
Oh, he's waiting. Oh yeah. Oh, the salve. It's going to be taken away. Chris Luck. It's going to be very sad. He's waiting for it.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
There it goes indeed. Yeah, Chris Luck, he's only got that one tango now to rely on in the lane, so it's not going to be an easy few moments for him. First blood, it gets the job done. The tri-lane needs to find these sort of kills. They're getting under the tower. They've got the damage to take out ILTW here.
Good aggression. GH will get a pull-off, so we'll be able to reset positioning of the lane for the Spectre, but this is going to be a slow start for ILTW, but Schofield, he's just going to get right-clicked down by GH. What was he doing? Schofield? By him.
Heading over for a tower denial.
No, he just walked into GH and got hit like 12 times and then just daggered. That was very strange. Maybe he wants to go bottom, but...
He wants to go bottom, right? So he wants to get the reset and then be able to TP down here. As Whisper, that's a lot of napalm stacks here on the man. 10 stacks. As, in terms of the Avalanche, it's actually happening. There's a toss. These 10 stacks, it doesn't matter. They can't quite get that last bit of damage down onto him. As Whisper, he won't die here. And now Schofield, he's just running Kuroki and Mind Control both out of the lane.
Very low, though, on Whisper. They do have a salve. Does have to be careful with his positioning. Does rush the boots early on to be able to keep the distance away from Mind Control. And he's doing well in the matchup. He's 9-4. Mind Control's been going for the kill. He doesn't have, like, any last hits whatsoever. Chris Luck?
He's having a bit of a tough time here against Miracle. As
one or two more hits.
He's got the pounce, so he'll be fine. Meanwhile, bottom, they do get the kill onto Kuro. Spear won't quite get the connection there. So the salve will keep ticking up here for Chris Luck.
The salve does get cancelled down bottom. I think that's why Kuroki died. He ran in to stop it. My Control. He's still not getting any last hits. It's 10 and 4 on Tiny, 3 and 3 on this Batrider. So this lane setup is looking pretty decent right now for BeastCoast. Gyrocopter 12 and 4 as well. ILTW only up to 7.
K1 kind of just chilling on his own for now. Stinger headed back. He's going to come to join him once more. It's a little harder for them to get the kills with just the two of them. As you say, definitely the benefits being balanced out in the bottom half with BeastCoast having the lanes as such. Mid lane still, hard lane here for Crystal to really catch up. Miracle off to the better start. And even though he's a melee against the Slark and his Essence Shift, just a lot of damage that the Mars could burst out with the 2 nukes in the laning stage that isn't too fun for a Slark to play into.
Whisper's still doing, he's doing way better than I had expected. My Control just not going for last hits much at all in these first 3 waves. It's punished him a lot. 6 and 3 to 15-6. It's tough for him to recover now at this point with the limited mana pool. Kuroki starting to get some stacks ready for that bat, since it does feel like My Control is going to need them after this bit of a tough start. Yeah, good stuff from BeastCoast so far.
Dude, I love this game so much, man.
Top lane GH. Dive away, K1. He might be able to chase this. See if he's got enough damage with the flak and the rocket barrage. Not enough. Oh yeah, he's got the one charge, but he's got him. I actually need it. That's the right clicks alone. Take down GH as BeastCoast just continuing this aggression top that's getting K1 these early kills in lane.
Kuroki continuing to just stack as the Hoodwink, not having much laning influence. So it does feel like BeastCoast should come out pretty nicely ahead in these lanes. Besides mid, where Miracle's having an excellent start. Schofield, though, sitting in the area. This is a tough go. They might just lose a hero or two if they do go onto Miracle. He's near level 6. And Schofield wards right in front of Kuroki. That's going to get dewarded.
Either these head in, Miracle. I mean, Chris Luck's got to be careful with a combo.
I think that could have been a kill.
To end him there. Yeah,
I think if he speared it. Yeah, if he spears him to the tree to the left, perhaps he can commit forward there, but Miracle playing it patient, waiting for the 6 where he knows it's a guaranteed kill. Chris Luck cannot walk up to the lane now.
No, he's got to wait. No regen, of course, so just having to passively wait as his health ticks back up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Whisper's already got phase boots. He's got Schofield down bottom, the toss back, My Control. He's dead.
This is big. I mean, last game as well, Whisper had a cracking time, and this time round, as you say, the way he's been able to play this lane, you know, Whisper, he's playing his heart out here. There's top GH. An aggressive dive. This is going to be heading over. Can they kill K1 in time before K1 kills GH? The 3 of them surrounding K1. They'll be able to do so. Kuro and RTW coming to make sure that K1 won't be able to stay alive to take down GH. Looks to dive in as well over to Stinger. And got enough to do it as well. TP's coming in. RTW is under the tower. Quick hold there for Kuro. He's able to throw out the bushwhack, hold back Schofield. Schofield still trying to chase. Snowball in up to RTW. Can they do anything to keep this Spectre? They can. The snowball won't quite connect. Schofield, he's trying to chase, but the dive in from GH, they're holding it back. RTW is even ready to start turning around and getting some punches back in onto Schofield. As Schofield ends up going down. Frustrations there for the Tuskers, as he just couldn't get the job done.
Tips him. And Stinger tips his own teammate. He's like, nice try. At least you went for it. That is a TP out, though, from the Tusk, so we'll have to make the walk back to the lanes. Miracle did commit the ultimate. I think Chris Luck was able to pounce his way over. Still struggling in the matchup versus this Mars.
Well, at least a little easier now with the 6. But,
getting over aggressive. This time
he'll die for this one. Yeah, now that the 6 is there, Mind Control able to make sure that if he isn't getting blown up in the combo of the Tiny, turnaround potential will be there. And with these levels, now that lane becomes a lot harder for Whisper to show his face.
Is it just me, or is that very little gold he just got? 176 for a solo kill on Whisper? I thought it would have been more than that. It seems fairly low.
Yeah, but look at the other kills we've had so far. They've all been the 200s. But not only because of the farm he was getting.
Yeah, I just felt because he was quite ahead inside the laning phase, so it would keep more, but it's not. GH getting ran down. Chris Luck, he's committing. The Fire Spirit's on
really
now,
wants
though.
this. Yeah,
Oh,
he's going to have to put the shadow dance to try. I don't think he's getting GH. GH with some smooth moves around the tower, and they've lost K1. We're going to have the arena drop. A Miracle will have the cold feet kick in. GH, they're still trying to hunt down Chris Luck. They're going to be able to find him here as Kuro, he's got spells to play with if he needs to. At the moment, just slowly right-clicking Chris Luck down, and there we have it. Another acorn shot, and the kill is a success. Nigma taking out the three of them. I mean, BeastCoast, they're running at them. They're trying their best, just charging in. Nigma, they're being able to punish it though.
Is under attack.
Chris Luck's courier dies too. I believe it was following him up toward that dive, so it walks under tower and just dies. Miracle with a quick response toward the top lane to shut down the gyrocopter as well. Haste rune now on him for more aggression in this early game. And now LTW has gotten the lane pretty much secured. K1's still ahead of him, about 500 gold, but LTW very happy with the fight. Chris Luck again. Like they're just running at heroes, Owen.
Yeah, Chris Luck's just charging in. As
Look at Hector too. Hector's just like, I show up mid, I see a hero, I come in my ult. Bottom, immediately running in mind control too.
See if they can kill him off in time. They're burning pretty low. The Whisper, he's going to die for his efforts. They can't kill mind control. Turnaround's going to come into play. Mind control ends up killing off the two of them. Whisper, Stinger, he might not make it back either. Kuro's there with the setup. They're going to be able to find another one. The Stinger is not getting away. Triple kill for mind control. I mean, they really do. They want to run at Nigma, but Nigma is more than prepared, and each and every time Nigma's just cleaning up the kills that are getting handed to them.
Look at K1's, look at his items that he's got queued up. I think he's really starting to feel the pressure of this game. He's got the 4 Shivas at the ready.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
They're playing pub Dota, let's be honest. It's 3 heroes in 3 separate lanes trying to make plays independently. Nigma being much more sensible, arriving with the backup, reacting nicely.
And understandably so from Nigma's half of things. A big win on the table here if they can secure this game.
Smoke coming out.
Is under attack.
Schofield.
I'll try and get himself pushed down to the low ground with the shards. Yeah, it's not going to work. Nigma just cleaning up the action. LTW more than happy to be left alone up top. Bottom lane, Stinger and Whisper maybe having their eyes on mind control, but it's getting harder and harder to kill this spat mid lane. And charging over, K1's got to back away.
He's got to be careful. Arcane Rune on Miracle. He's got the catapult alive too, so they're going to start pushing this mid tower with this 10-minute siege. How can they respond? BeastCoast, if they want to try to save this tower, they got to rotate like 4 or 5 heroes, but it doesn't feel like they're going to be able to at this point. Nigma all set up for it. Haunt almost up to 8 seconds.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And that will be the tower. They also see K1. They're driving in for it. There's the egg.
Supernova straight away. Miracles to the arena. He's going to be able to catch the two of them. Schofield. It's not timed in the time to dodge the stun of the Supernova. So K1 and Schofield still end up getting blown up.
Tower is under attack.
That ward on the high ground around the Ancients, it spots him out. They easily just commit forward with GH's dive. He did cut the tree, by the way. That was the bushwhack cut from the Mars ulti, so we did see it once. As I do think we're probably going to see it a couple more times, as there are a couple different tree cutting actions here. Stinger. Miracle. Oh, he just around the fog on him. That was close.
Easy.
Easy. He's dead if he gets seen for 1 second. No boots AA versus a level 9 Mars. Look at this deep warding coming out from it, Team Nigma too. No, I mean, no funny business. We see that BeastCoast is playing very separately. Nigma is not giving them any room at all. These 2 deep wards watch any of their moves before they can even set up in the lanes. And ILW's just getting freedom. He's got the chip vest, he's got the blade mail, he's farming ancients. The dream for a Spectre.
And they want to go for Miracle. A pretty full combo coming in with the Ice Blast. Shards down as well, but he's got a haste rune good to go. The tree will connect. It's not going to be enough to push him below the threshold, though, as Miracle managed to walk it off.
He's got the Possessed Mask too, so he's got that extra healing. Just runs by a camp. We'll heal up a little bit with the Rebuke. It's going to be a little bit of slowness here now for Nigma, but 6k gold advantage already, 12 minutes in.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
with the
is under
Spectre, you know,
attack.
that's always...
That's pretty crazy.
When you're the lineup that's far ahead this early when you've got a Spectre. That's pretty spooky here for BeastCoast.
Whisper's got Blink, so he can still make a lot of action happen. They can kill pretty much anybody with the AA Blast on top. So they do still have that going for them, but Chris Luck is just trying to run at heroes, and it's just not working.
He just wants to kill.
He's trying to
he
go
really
for
wants
GH again.
to kill it. And he's not going to get it.
die.
He's got to run. They're going to be able to knock him back. Okay, Kuro misses the shot. Doesn't matter though. Mind control. They'll be able to land the final hits to take down Chris Luck.
What have we here?
They're just getting outclassed, outmaneuvered, and it is just
Radiant's
they're
top
looking
tower
for
is
solo
under
play. Chris
attack.
Luck in particular is just playing his own game. He's 0-2-0, unable to get anything off the mark. Whisper and Stinger couldn't find anything with the smoke either. Now they're making the move up top, but it is into a large squad of Team Nigma, and Nigma's feeling themselves. They're all just tipping each other constantly in this game.
I mean, they're going straight back for action though, BeastCoast. Top
Radiant's
lane,
middle
they
tower
want to get
is
some
under
kills.
attack.
They just want to play Dota.
He's so tanky though. This is 1600 HP Spectre.
Yeah, let's go. What kind of walks in and then sends the back up. Whispers in with a combo. As well, but RTW's out the side of it. They won't be able to land the Ice Blast onto RTW. Schofield, he's going to go down.
Got the arena.
See the rest of the team in the arena. Horn is out. BeastCoast, they're probably going to lose everybody here. K1's down. Chris Luck desperately trying to run. The snipe comes in. The frame break into the shot there from Kuro. As it's a team wipe. Nigma take out everybody.
I think they're lucky to even get the Spectre in that trade. Beautiful arena. It's on, like you said, everybody. The AA Blast off the mark because the Spectre just moves out of it quickly. As this game's looking pretty over already, Owen. 27k gold lead, 20-5.
Tough one.
Top 3 net worths, 3 cores. Not seeing too great of methods of recovery for BeastCoast as they don't really have team fight in their lineups. They have two cores that kind of want to play the same type of style of game, the Slark as well as that Gyrocopter. They're gonna need some type of miracle. And he's on the other team.
Hey.
Cheesy. Sorry.
Schofield. Be another little kill for
Radiant's
Nigma.
bottom tower
Kuro,
is
he's
under
revving
attack.
up the shot. Boom! There it is. 7G 360 Rex, no scope. As the dive's in, they're ready for more. It's getting a little bloody here.
Yeah. What can they do? Like Whisper's under a ward too. They might just go for him as well. Maestro doesn't have lasso, but Miracle's at the ready with his blink and his ult. They're thinking about it.
Whisper, he's chilling.
He's chilling.
He's not coming up into this triangle though, that's for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Chris Luck just wants his defusal done. He wants to play.
Does he though? He looks like he's still running at heroes.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, Kuro. Found him.
Spotted.
He should go down here. Now get Kuro. BeastCoast finally get a kill there. Hunting for him. Now the counterplay comes in. Miracle's in with the arena. They've caught K1. As K1 goes down, Micro charging over on top of Schofield. Schofield will burn. Stinger. Also unlikely to make it out. As again, Nigma having a bit of fun there as Miracle buys his time, smashes him down with the God Tribute. 25-6, 9k lead. We're only 16 minutes into the game. But Team Nigma have certainly found themselves quite the fair share of kills here.
They're just having fun. I think Miracle's gotten every power room. I don't think they've gotten a single one on the side of BeastCoast. He's got either an Invis, he's got an Arcane, a DD. They kill the poor Hoodwink, of course, but get turned around almost instantly. This K1 just getting no breathing room at all. He shows himself in mid under a ward, and they're going on him again.
They are. Straight in.
Oh, the tree gets caught from the Firefly.
Oh, the moment to land the hit again. Beautiful shots here from the Hoodwink. Kuroki making it look easy. Mind control. They've got the horn and the lasso. They're going to be able to turn on a Whisper. They'll hold Whisper into play straight into the combo of Kuro with the acorn and the bushwhack.
This is brutal. 11K at 17 minutes. Just continues to rise. Everything going Nigma favorite Stinger. He just can't do anything. He's just getting ran under his tier 2. Sick team, please. But
Chris wants to kill. He wants to kill someone.
That's all he wants. He just wants one kill in this game. He's 0, 3, and 0.
Oh, no, it hurts. You want to get at least one kill here as the slot. It doesn't matter if you want to kill something. But around him, his teammates, they're the ones that are getting killed. Schofield down again. Maybe they can kill the egg. Be able to spear away K1 here. And he's like, Kuroki! Hey, but Kuroki does die, but of course getting the shot off onto Chrislock before he does.
Whisper.
Radiant's top
He'll be okay.
tower has fallen.
Oh, Chrislock, he can't get a kill. He really wants one.
He wants to kill. Come on, I think everybody right now should be rooting for Chrislock to at least get a killer assist. You don't want to be that mid-slark that ends the game without a killer assist. That feels bad. That really bad.
Like having 0+ agi at all. He hasn't even been near a kill. That is really sad.
Yeah.
That is painful.
Even the people out there that really hate Slark pickers, they also feel bad for Chrislock right now. Just let him have a stack. Let him have a bit of agi.
Just one. 30 kills, 19 minutes. GH almost has refresher. Game is just getting more and more difficult. Just luck.
He's got to be careful. There's some insane farm on the cause of Nigma, obviously to no surprise of how much they're taking over this game.
Miracle's here. LTW does get hit by the blast, does get comboed up from the Tiny, but he'll be just fine. Backing up to base.
Nothing to say.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And K1 does finish up an item, so BKB is finished for the gyrocopter. But mind control, he's on top of him before the BKB is delivered. He might just be able to kill him here.
And the Firefly.
The BKB, he does it right.
Build it up. Mind control's going to be able to kite this out.
He's sticking around.
I mean,
he's getting haunted on.
No, he's dead. He's dead. And so Schofield, by the looks of it. RTW jumps over with the horn. He's going to be able to chase down this Tusk. Does Kuro want to rev up a sharpshooter? He does. The shot ready to come in, but the snowball is enough to buy him at the wall. They won't be able to land the shot. But it does not matter anyway. Schofield still dies. Chris, they got a kill. Oh, he didn't get a stack. 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 I guess he didn't get a hit.
Oh, now he might.
Oh, I think now he might die.
Oh.
He's hit to the tree. Chrislock goes down. So does Stinger and Whisper. Nice blink. Whisper. If they want to die for this, they are. Whisper. Can he get away? He's been slowed down. Held outside the base. Miracle pushes him back with the spear. As well. K1, can he get any cleanup kills? He's looking towards mind control. Mind control getting away with the BKB. The arena's down. Miracle pushes back Schofield. Mind control's going to be more than okay here. He's fine.
They spear him out.
Quick spear back from Miracle keeps K1 surrounded by the three. The Miracle blocking off K1's escape. As K1 will pop the BKB, but they'll kill him through it. 37 kills here, 21 minutes in.
Stinger dying in the base.
He's diving in. I mean, surely mind control dies for this. He's going to die for this. Stinger will
gets his agi. Chrislock gets his Jody. He got one.
There we go. Oh, all is right in the world. He was able to get some action, Chrislock here. One permanent agi. There we go. So whatever happens, at least the game is not going to end with 0 agi stolen. So that's a little sort of silver lining here for BeastCoast.
Whisper's still going to be able to take him out.
Chris? He's going to put this Shadow Dance and get away from this one. PD rune available as well at the bottom of the river. Chris might, he's going to be able to grab that for himself. Let's see if he can make moves with this. This DD could be allowed to get something done. Oh my goodness, yeah, as soon as that answer's popped and Desolate damage starts coming, he has to run. GH is in, burning down the Sombre. Chrislock, he's gone. as he's dead. Whisper also very
Oh,
dead
they're
here.
toying with their food. They're toying with their food.
It's a rough one. It's a rough one here.
It's a rough
Coach,
one.
no doubt about it. 12 to 40. We're only 22 minutes in. This
40
is,
kills.
You could consider this the early game still, but 40 kills indeed. I mean, I'm
Radiant's
not much of a
bottom
stats man,
tower
but
is
that's got to be
under
up there for some of the highest kills in the team at this time of the game.
Radiant's bottom
Yep,
tower
52
is
kills
fallen.
total. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think we see that too often at all.
No, no. It's getting pretty wild here.
Since minute 5, it's been pretty wild. Look at that. Another XP too. Whew, 20,000 experience lead also at the 23-minute mark. You don't see those numbers very often. Into the Roche.
Yeah, that's huge. Absolutely huge. What's the individual level differences looking like? What we got? The lowest level at the moment is poor old Schofield down on level 9.
Just keeping it
Nigma's is at level 13, so Schofield not having a fun time here. 12 deaths on him. Time for the smoke up though. And yeah, you got to give them credit. BeastCoast, they are not letting this one pass. They're giving it their all.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Miracle.
Fight. He's stalking.
Oh, they're in the horns to scout things out. Charging in, BKB comes in from K1. They put the supernova, Arena's out, the lasso's down, locking down K1. Through the BKB, Whisper to get taken out. So will K1 as well. There's all 3 cores taken down easily there by Nigma. And Nigma losing nothing themselves there for that.
The support's killing couriers. Miracle wants to punish it.
Miracle happily playing around with 2 of them. Backups coming in from Mind Control. Stinger and Schofield, they've got to split. They've got to run. There's no escape for Stinger, and there's no hiding here for Schofield. Trying to push them back with the shards, but Miracle reaches over, slams him down with the God's Rebuke.
I like how Nigma does not even need to TP back for these kills, but they are just because. Just because it's fun and just because they want more kills in the game. They could have just gone for the push, but they're like, whatever, you know, let's just get more. They kill our couriers, we're going to take their lives.
Radiant's middle tower
As
is under
ILTW,
attack.
he's the sensible one. Onto the high ground.
More fuel for the fire. Hey, thanks.
I'm just going to give the respect here to BeastCoast as they respawn. Even with the lead they have, maybe there's still a chance for BeastCoast to get a toss play off or something.
He's just sneaking in the scurry. He's got the boomerang. Not quite enough damage, but nice little cute play.
Certainly still gives K1 a bit of a scare. Having to put that BKB to get back to base.
He near died.
Radiant's
Satanic
bottom
finished on
tower
Miracle.
is under
These
attack.
items are very early, as we've said many times. Nigma absolutely crushing the game. Chris Lock hiding.
DD Rune as well, ready here. Miracle grabbed that, ready for the high ground siege that's inevitably coming. BeastCoast, they want to still try to take fires for the base. Whisper makes the jump, but Mind Control instantly reacting there with the BKB. Means there's no catch here for Whisper to find. They're diving in with the supernova. Lasso out of the K1, dragging it back underneath the egg.
Did Stinger just get one shot by a
the kill
review?
there for Nigma.
I think he did.
Schofield. Shots off the mark. It doesn't matter. Yeah, these 1,200 damage coming out from this rebuke whilst the DD's up on Miracle.
Radiant's middle tower.
I can't believe it's
49
in this game.
49
They're
kills,
just-
26 minutes in. It's,
Radiant's middle
This has to be
tower.
painful.
they'll
Okay,
tap
I call
out.
it fine.
They'll tap out now. Well, there we go,
Radiant's
ladies and
middle
gentlemen. That was a game 2. Game 2 here between Nigma and BeastCoast. As, 49 kills, 27 minutes in. This was a very rough one here for BeastCoast. Obviously, it's an unfortunate position for them to be in now at this stage of the tournament. And for Nigma, just a bit of a celebratory lap, really. That one seemed towards the end of this stage, as they just sort of get to pad up the highlight reel with the kills they were picking up in this one.
Yeah, an absolute stomping. 16, 1, and 12 on the Mars. Chris Luck, he did get the Agi, though. An important thing to look out for. He got the one Agi, so
There we go.
it was just complete stomp. Nigma took over every single lane. It did feel like BeastCoast was playing. It wasn't like a team at all. They were all going for these all separate plays. Laning phase, Whisper did great, but that was pretty much it. After that, the game was over, Owen.
No, they came in obviously to this one, wanted to have a bit of fun. They wanted to sort of just chill out, play their own game, look for action, look for chaos, and they did try their best to bring it. You know, one of the reasons why Nigma did have so many kills early on, you know, BeastCoast just wanted to charge in, wanted to run at them, but of course Nigma just at the level that they've been playing, you know, unlikely to really get anything out of those sort of moves. As just solid stuff through and through from Nigma yet again in this game. As well, we really will see, you know, where Nigma can continue to take this level of Dota that they are now consistently being able to pull out here at the Major.
Yeah, they're just smashing it over and over again. Still showing no mercy, where BeastCoast looks like they're having fun. Nigma, they're having fun, but not in that type of way. They're just not giving any hope, no dreams to the poor BeastCoast.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The series comes to an end. Nigma will take this one 2-0 against BeastCoast.
That's right. Team Nigma only knows how to have fun in one way, and that is the absolute destruction of
Who said you could stroll in my woods?